Hello, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Strategic Command World War I. This is the East Front First campaign. I'm going to also be playing a West Front First campaign on Slytherin, which I will be posting on my YouTube channel as well. But this is sort of the alternative view. You will note things have visually changed because we're using Iron X's mod called the Blue Max mod. Blue Max, if you don't know, is the Pour le Mérite. It is the highest Prussian medal that you could get, sort of like the modern day Congressional Medal of Honor kind of thing, or the Victoria Cross, that type of thing. Bavaria, I believe, had a different medal that was its highest. It wasn't quite a unified thing back in World War I. So yeah, and it was called, or colloquially called, the Blue Max, was the Pour le Mérite. Well, we've got an infantry corps out here in very bad shape, so let's reinforce it. We've got lots of MPP, so let's get that done. Now, well, let's finish crushing the Russian Navy here. Okay, a little bit of ouch back, but I'm good with that. We're going to scout up here just in case there's no Russians. I keep almost wanting to say Soviets, but I guess there's, well, there is a port way up here. I don't think we will have any activity there. We'll bring our submarines into port. We may want to use them. And we're going to have the British joining the fight really soon here. Hello, Arno. Good to have you here. Okay, that sort of deals with the Baltic Fleet Navy situation. Boom, another Russian corps gone. Now this is just a detachment. Maybe something larger than a division, but not a proper corps. Okay, we can, it looks like, swap these two out and kill that. And still be able to reinforce this detachment. Can you see where someone, how many ships the Russians still have? I don't know if we have intelligent, a report on, enemy current capacity, ports, oil, losses we can see here, detailed losses. We can look at that, but I don't think we get intelligence on what they currently have. At least not that I'm aware of. Now, I presume the Russians have a Black Sea fleet still, because I know they did historically. I don't know how big it is, I just either historically or in the game here, but I presume it is there. I don't know if it has a Barents Sea or whatever you want to call it, White Sea fleet here, but big thing I wanted to make was the Baltic a German lake, basically, so that I know we won't be, because I don't suppose the Russians are going to be building any more ships. So I'm not going to hopefully not going to be surprised by any Russian attacks from that quarter. Now, that could be a very useful attack. We could use this artillery, but what I think I want to do here is max it out, get it good and strong, so when we do barrage the Russians, we will hit them hard. And my main thrust, I want it to be, well, it can be east Brest-Litovsk, because I don't think they're going to boy, I forget. Does it even, is it alt? No. The supply, oh, here it is. Okay. Oh. I'm holding it down too long. Okay. That's current supply. This is what we're looking at next if we were to move into it. And we can see that basically no supply is coming through the Prepet Marshes. So if we cut, we've cut the rail here, we've cut the rail here, at least temporarily, but I want to do it more securely. And so if we can cut the rail down here, we're going to cut effectively all the supply to all of these units in here. It's S for this. Parts of the U.S. Midwest is superior in the map. Maybe something going to happen there in World War I. Hello, Pino. I'm going to guess, because we do have a, it looks like a port here, but no hexes, that we're mainly looking at naval action. Right, somehow turn the hexes off. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh, it's just on the map. Oh, it's this map doesn't have the hexes normally displayed. Okay, no, so there is hexes out there. We're just not seeing them because there's nothing there. Oh, yeah. Zoom out a little bit more. They're there. Okay, yeah, no, there's hexes. There's port actions for navals, for subs, obviously. I don't really think the North America is set up for invasion ability. That is my guess. I could be wrong, but I don't know of that. Why does it go so far over? Naval, I guess, is just the thing. Is AKB's here? Very good. Hello, and hello, Bandomek. Okay, so we want to get back to the strategy here. Yeah, so we just need to sort of cut this off effectively, make sure they can't break back through the one division here. Probably isn't enough. Sort of love to take Brest-Litovsk, but let's see what we can do versus what we want to do here now. Okay, I want to kill the... Oh, damn. Almost. Not quite. Wanted to kill the HQ. I think we'll entrench here. And... oh, other way. I think we'll do that. Trying to move up there. These will be more useful. The poles as a full detachment. Oh, here we can You know, I think if we just take that out and then swap out with that, and well, hoping to kill it but didn't. Let's push here. Sort of creating a ring of trenches around that. Hopefully to be able to hold the southern railway link here without being pushed around until Romania comes in, if Romania comes in. What happened on Tower Bridge in London? I haven't seen the news, but well, it's London Bridge, actually, I believe. You know, funny enough, it was a Muslim. You know, you wouldn't think a Muslim would want to attack people, but because they are clearly, Islam is a religion of peace. All people who believe in Islam are 100% peaceful. But this, I guess, one guy wasn't, and he did a knife attack, killing 2 people, I believe. And then they say the police got there fairly quick, but really who got there was a guy with a narwhal's tusk and a guy with a fire extinguisher, and a third guy attacked and subdued him. So no discounts on any Command DLCs. Oh, Command Modern Warfare is what you mean? Yeah, I don't know why they're not discounting them somewhat. You know, I understand about this, which is coming out still to come out as brand new, and War Plan. You just don't do a discount on, you know, super early releases like these. I didn't think I'd quite get that. Well, you know. Okay. That's good. I know we're sort of open here, but we got zones of control, and we're going to push you up into get loads. We're going to... So I guess the new preferred weapon in Britain is a narwhal tusk. Yeah. And I saw today on Twitter, I presume it's true, obviously, though things may not be just because they're posted on Twitter. The parole board in Britain said that because this guy had been brought up on terror charges for planning some bombing attacks in Britain. Well, we had nothing to do with the release. It was an automatic release. So they knew he was a terrorist. They convicted him of terrorism. They put him in prison for it. And then they released him from prison, so then he goes and kills 2 people. Yeah, I think there's a problem in Britain. That'll be the heaviest hit. Knock that down for actually no loss. And that's down. Okay. Ouch. A bit. We'll not attack there right now. World War I does really become a war of attrition. So we're going to, yeah, I think that's a good position for you. Start entrenching here, which, like I say, we're cutting that not terribly deeply, but, well, I'm going to reinforce, I think, instead of entrench, because I want to move up fairly full strength and then entrench if we can. I want to protect my... Yeah, he's in a fort, so I think he's going to be okay. So let's... Well, I'm going to reinforce the air unit as well, I think. 25 MPP. Yeah, we're burning lots of MPP, but I want to do it. And then we'll also, I think, we'll risk damage to the air, because when I start hitting these units, hit them with air power, really affects them, and then we can hit them hard. I want to come in and crush, whether it's the mountain cores, cut there, or cut here, either side or both sides of Brest-Litovsk. Hey, Toy Jet. Going to be playing Kaiser Reich. Not yet. We're starting with this. We're starting with the pre-Kaiser Reich of Strategic Command World War I. And Kaiser Reich will be after this. Okay, so we're trenching and trenching. Putting trenches out on... here. Don't worry, we'll get to that as well. I want to look you up. Okay, now let's come down and look at the Serbian front. The Balkans, which caused the First World War and then caused all the reactions there too. I want to take that division down. That corps, I should say. Well, that should be able to be hit from there. Okay, because it's entrenched these other three sides. So we're hitting it from the non-entrenched side. Okay, that was a fairly good hit. There, down to that. And they shattered. Very good. Okay, so they've now shattered. They have no action points left. Yeah, we want to come over here again to get on the side that isn't for next turn. I know there is a river there. But we'll move up here. We'll move into here. Now we need to entrench these guys. Yeah, that looks good. Now, we also need to see about moving our... Well, okay, first let's move the BBs up over to... Don't know if we're going to get to the point of having Austro-Hungary to the point of rebuilding some of its fleets. Or building up some of its fleets, maybe I should be saying, but it's fairly good command and control for those. Well, we can move that up a little bit. I know I've sort of been going at this somewhat haphazard. Yeah. Okay. So that is our Serbian front. We want to take them down and push into there. And, well, Europe, there are stringent gun laws, and it's getting worse every day. It's not just the UK. Yeah. Gun laws wants its subjects to fend off armed terrorists with fire extinguishers and colored chalks. Yeah, Van Bishop, it's... You know... Gun laws, I think, are the easiest place to get gun laws is in Switzerland. There seems to be some of the fewest gun attacks in Switzerland. So it seems that gun laws and the amount of guns aren't the main reason for gun violence. I do agree that Europe wants its citizens dependent upon the state for protection. So, hello, Max Sayant. Say, you really dislike the graphics mod. Sorry you don't like it. I like it. I'm going to try out the other version of the counters for the next playthrough. Okay, we could hit that. You are in really bad shape, so what we're going to do, we're going to leave you alone for the moment. I do want to take out the core here. Okay, that was a fairly soft hit. That didn't take them out. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll swap these two out and kill that. There we go. I'm just going to move him to the rear. Leave this open space. If they want to come in and fill it, we'll kill them there. Now here. First we're going to hit here with him, then we're going to swap these out. And we didn't kill him. Okay, well, now they can attack. Let's hit here. That's the lesser of the two profitable ones, but I'm hoping that this one is magnified now. And what I want to do here is swap these two out and kill him. Okay, so he's dead. So we've killed that core. And this is going to kill this core. Oh, I forgot to use my aircraft. That would have been helpful. It really does help in the attacks. Not hugely, but does help. So we just killed 3 French corps for no loss of cores on our side, and hopefully, okay, no, they can't entrench. Yeah, all their action points are used up enough, and we're gonna repair. Again, we're burning through our resources here. Okay, that just used up all of Germany's MPP. Can't even operate to get some of these units to the east that I want. Okay, well, but still. Primary battleships and cruisers. Okay, so that's looking fairly good for the West Front. Obviously, it is not pushing us towards Paris. But as the Germans learned, and I don't know that the Allies ever learned, that mere territory doesn't get your objectives. I am not the best expert on the First World War, but my understanding of the situation is that Germany goes to sort of passive-aggressive defense, sets up a good defensive line on the Western Front, whenever the Allies make an advancement into a position, the Germans, with whatever they have, even if it's super weak, do a counterattack immediately, because often the enemy is not prepared for the counterattack. And so even a weak counterattack, I mean, 100 men attacking 1,000 men, whatever it was, they would do a counterattack, just to have a counterattack, just to try to push them back. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Fine. It's not meant to be a suicide attack. It's meant to be a counterattack. And so they would always do that, and they were doing that. It wasn't until the end of the war in the East that they bring a lot of German divisions, develop the stormtrooper tactics, new tactics to attack in the West, that they do their offensive. I'd have to read up more on it to give you more details on how effective it was. Now, the Allies are always trying to attack, as far as I know. They only really start to become successful at it once you're bringing in basically tanks and some of the other more modern capabilities. And then it becomes successful with the new equipment. So we're going to try the sort of German, not purely stay on the defensive like we just haven't, but whenever we can see divisions that we can whack, we're going to push them down and attack them. We're going to try to leave Belgium out of this so we have a smaller front, because it's going to take some time to defeat this, well, didn't really want to go that far out, but this monster of Russia. So this is going to be our main push front there. Now, I do believe the British are going to come in, so we're going to move these destroyers out of here. I'm going to leave the sub is sort of a getting ready to go, and these guys were this is the British. Oh, we didn't send a response. They're cutting our shipments. Well, we can't quite get to there. Let's come up to here. We'll get ready to maybe go sink some things. Maybe you will join Eric. Yeah, some gameplay. Okay, so there we are. I think that is good for our turn. Let's take a look at purchasing for the Ottomans. Yeah, let's get them airships. No. Only 75 MPP. Have the Ottomans get airships. Well, I think we'll save up a little more, and then we may get a mountain corps or something for them. Or maybe a cavalry corps. Let's take a quick look at the Ottomans here. I really don't know how to play these guys. In this game, my desire was to get the Ottomans in with the British out, but the British are going to come in, so maybe we need a bunch of detachments. To better deal with the Middle East. No German East Africa. Nope, doesn't go down that far. But you have to admit, German East Africa is a complete and total sideshow. It does not affect anything else. Sure, it drains away some resources of particularly the British, but we can just sort of presume that it's there and it's draining the resources. For this, I'm not upset about it not being there, especially at the scale that we're playing at, because it was Vorbeck's fight. There was very much a guerrilla warfare fight. Wasn't sort of in the everybody fading away to villages and laying sniping kind of guerrilla warfare, but it was keeping the army going. That should be its own game, and that could be a really cool game to play if designed well, and I don't think I'm up to designing that. Any of these guys that we can reinforce here that didn't operate? I don't think so. I'm just checking, because we do have some force capability left, reinforcement for the Austrians, but not for the Germans. Okay, so let's end this turn. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Yes. Okay, UK adds the Agincourt Dreadnought to her fleet. This is the ship that they had originally been building for the Ottomans. UK joins the Entente. Does he know a lot about that? UK starts sending supplies to Russia. The Entente naval blockades import to Germany from the North Sea. Fear of German raiders upset trade for the British Empire. Fear of German raiders. Yep. Okay, we're getting that twice, or two different versions of it. Japan declares war on the Central Powers. The March-on is rebellion. Boers revolt against British rule in South Africa. I don't know anything about this. I know about the Boer Wars earlier, but I didn't know that they revolted during World War I. That doesn't totally surprise me. It more surprised me that I don't know. Max Planck and other prominent figures signed the manifesto of the 93 to support Germany. I'm guessing that is... No, I don't know what that is. Does that have something to do with the Boers? I don't know. King Carl I of Romania dies and Ferdinand I ascends to the throne. Okay, getting imports from Sweden, helping out, or deploying von Hindenburg and improving the Ottoman army. Okay, now let's see. I have a couple of things I want to talk a little bit. Oh, we're still calculating supply things. Eric is going to game design. Oh, okay. Well, still, it's a lot to design. Whether as a computer or a board game, it's a lot to design a good game for that. Commander of the High Seas Fleet, von is carrying out unrestricted naval warfare against the UK could be a good way to damage the British economy. But however, I'm not going to read all of this, but however, be warned that such moves may annoy the US government and could ultimately lead to US entering the war. And in army formation sale for Europe, Lord Kitchener issues his call to arms. France announces the formation of a Foreign Legion Corps, not just having a Foreign Legion out in the desert, but setting up a corps of that. And their CLs bumped into our subs with no apparent effect. Japan. What was the other one? Ouch, we may lose a corps here, or I'd be shocked if we didn't lose a corps. See, yeah, they came to the undefended side and attacked this cavalry corps here. And looks like they may kill it. Oh, it ran away. Good, 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 good. It ran away. It did this cavalry thing and ran away. That's the whole idea with cavalry. And now they've... See, this is what I was sort of worried about them doing too easily, is reopening this supply route up. So we've got to push in with infantry divisions and not just a few horsey divisions or corps. They're pulling out, good. The Serbian army is crumbling, quite honestly. They're down to 3 corps. This other sort of Serbian group, Montenegrin? Oh, these are probably the Montenegrins, yeah. Oh, the Albanians. Forces from Canada and Newfoundland shipped to Europe. Newfoundland at the time was still a British colony, where Canada was sort of, the rest of it was independent. The Entente naval units blockade, yes, North Sea, we know that. Lieutenant Charles de Gaulle returns to active service after recovering from a wound. K-Brats, bread made from potatoes, wheat, and rye is launched in Germany. Okay, Indian Army, Lord Kitchener calls arms. French Foreign Legion, there was, yeah, Entente naval blockade, Charles de Gaulle. Okay, now we're getting some more naval and subs. Okay, I'm going to experiment with doing the Zeppelins here. And Army Reserve Corps here. We want to push here as much as possible, so we're going to put him here. Oh, he can only sort of show up here. We'll put him on the map. Okay. I wanted to talk about a few things. One, Japan has just entered the war. Japan wanted the Pacific Islands. Germany was very late to the rush for empire. It picked up some rather poor areas in Africa, particularly, you got Southwest Africa. Yeah, it had diamonds, or parts of it did, but it's mostly just freaking desert. During World War I and before, the Germans had a camel corps down there. Camels aren't native to that part of the world. And they did pick up Tanganyika, which was probably their most valuable bit of African real estate. Cameroon, I don't think is very valuable, and Togoland is just a teeny little strip up basically, what is it, the Togo River or whatever. It just like it's like half a hex wide, up maybe 2 hexes up a river kind of thing on this map or whatever. And they picked up half of New Guinea, which eventually sort of is now under, I guess, Australian rule, or some sort of protectorate there. And then they picked up a bunch of islands out in the Pacific. Japan wanted those islands out in the Pacific, so that gets Japan as its sort of reason for it to go to the war, because it wants to pick up the islands. And there was another thing I wanted to talk about. Entering the war. Boy, I forget. Reports. Do we have summary of events? No. Okay, I guess not. Trying to remember. There was a... Oh, I forget. Okay, I'm not going to hold it up on that. I forgot spacebar. High up. Okay, no fire. No fire. At the end of the tunnel. Don't quite know what you guys are going on about. Sorry. Okay, so now, fortunately, Germany has been able to get more. Max that out. Now, I think for the moment, because of time and getting some of these units that are just appearing out over to here, so we're going to entrench. Yeah, that looks like a good. But this one, I think we're going to rotate a little bit more like that. So that this line is held here. Yes, I know we're supposed to be working on the offensive here, but I just got to get a couple of these corps up to the front to be able to do that. I'm going to entrench instead of... no, cancel. I think I'm going to fall back here to here. Yeah. There we go. Now, here, as you can see, we have a fair amount of open territory to push on. That hit that pretty hard. Oh, we can't. Okay, no, it's not going to kill it, but it's going to make it a lot weaker. Now here, that would be a 4. They're now dead. The Russian corps is down. I know we're not entrenched, but we're pushing forward there. Okay, they could come up to here, so we're going to... Yeah, I don't know what Arno on about. Maybe he's drinking too much. Now. Hey, Dark Lord. Good to have you here. So we can take these guys out and push up to there, it looks like. Yeah, I think they can hold that for the moment. Hopefully they'll hold that well enough. And so that now puts us deeper into here. Ho, 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 ho. I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing. Hey, Max saying. It's going to be released on the 5th of December, I believe. That was, if I'm remembering correctly, the announcement. Okay, I want to go in and cut here, but I'm just worried that it's too weak to hold out. I don't want to lose the division. Hey, thanks for following. Okay, he's a little too well entrenched. But we've effectively cut this side of the rail. This one up here obviously is not. I keep forgetting to use my air power effectively. That was a fairly effective use of air power, or artillery and ground. Now we're gonna get that. As you can see now, they've been bombarded, so they are not doing as well. But that still was painful. Swap those out, and well, not so great. But okay, not so great. But we are hammering them down. I don't like that outcome. Don't think he needs to remain back here, so we're going to come up. Is this where we should be launching our attacks? Yeah. Swap these two out. Hit that. And hit that. Okay, he stays alive. Damn. Oh well. This means I can reinforce him. Well. There we go. One less Russian corps. I know we sort of... hopefully here we... Okay, we will entrench here now. Rotate a little bit like that, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we're now entrenched. From here, I think we've got that railway cut. Yes, they still have through here, but we are cutting it down. You're going to be... Oh, congratulations, Dark Lord. Yes, we'll do some railway guns eventually. I bet you would be. This is Strategic Command World War I. We will be playing Kaiserreich later. Now, mentioning railway guns. For Germany, production. We have January 1916. We will be getting a railway gun. So, we for sure will be getting that. I don't know if there's armored trains in this at all. I know there were armored trains in World War I, of course, but I don't know whether they would really come up to being a thing so much here. No, I guess not. I do think they're a little overpowered in Strategic Command. So I don't know if we're going to build more than the one that's coming, but we may. We may, we may, we may. Okay, we have a light cruiser here. What do we do with light cruisers? Sink them. And they're going to come hide back up in here. Okay, we're going to... Oh. I think you're going to come to this port here. You'll come back into that port. So can we move this dreadnought down? There we go! Victory for the Austrian Navy. We just sunk a French light cruiser. Very, very, very good. That'll teach them to... That'll, as we can say, that'll learn them to come into the Adriatic, won't it? Okay. So now we're on the far side of that one. I think this is where we might wish to attack. But let's look here in the center. Yeah, I think this is the one that we're going to do. They have no action points left. Okay, let's swap these two out. That way we can still reinforce this maximum, max it out. These guys we're going to entrench, but this, it's already entrenched obviously, but we're rotating the trenches to better face the enemy now. Okay, now I need to look at supply. 6 for this guy, 6 more if we come down here. Okay, that should be okay. Well, maybe I messed myself up a bit there, but let's... If he wants to come out of his line, we'll just crush him easier there. But I want to threaten him from the rear from here next turn. Those aren't very useful attacks, but we still need to crush down into Serbia. I was hoping to get this core down there. You mean the one that's coming La Resistance, the next thing? Yeah. I'm back into that point that I really can't comment, because yes, I've seen it, or what's going on, but not that I can comment on things. I so want to attack. I so want to attack. I'm so used to the idea of attacking, always attacking. Okay, I think we're mostly done on in the Eastern Front. Now, they've helped us out a lot here by reoccupying a lot of these hexes. Okay, this one here. Before he dies, I don't know how he didn't. Let's swap this out, and I think we're going to need to go to entrenchments here. Yes, that's good. And this we will max out again. Okay, now yeah, I think what we need to do here and is entrench as well. Now, yeah, I guess that's the pattern we want. These guys are already in a fort. I guess this turn we're not really attacking much, because we're going to put our production to reinforce. That just took about everything we had just to get those guys done. Okay. Now, okay, what we're going to do is swap those two out. Yes, kill. So, okay, we shattered another French corps. These guys are going to come in. Oh, they can't entrench. Oh, well. Okay, just one French corps down this turn, but we are pushing them hard otherwise. Well, you know, let's walk a few of these. Been waiting to get the MPP to move them. Well, let's head out to here on the new Russian convoy route. Uh-oh. Hey, Lum. We bumped into some destroyers. Ouch. General Kenobi. Who do you plan on playing later in Hawaii for Kaiserreich? I don't know, Toy Jet. Oh, use the Zeppelins. Yes, that's a good idea. We'll. Oh no, no action points yet for them because we just deployed it. Probably next turn. I don't know. I still haven't decided. I'm hoping you guys will help me on that once we get to it. Okay, well, right now we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And also post your questions, comments, suggestions, tips. Love to hear from you. See you next time for more historical gaming. Okay.